Let me be very clear about something before we even start. I love love. I believe in partnership. I believe in finding someone that shows up for you and you show up for them. However, I refuse and absolutely refuse to make marriage my entire personality. So today we're going to talk about why. Because this is a conversation our community isn't ready for, but we're having it anyway. My mom was 18 and my dad was 21 when they got married. So by the time my mom was my age, she already had me. So when I turned 23, she told me something. Nothing cruel, just that I want you to get married and I want that for you. And I understood it because she was coming from a place of love, from her generation, from her culture, where getting married at 18 was normal, it was expected, and it was celebrated. But here's what I learned. The pressure to marry young, and I want you to really think about this, comes from people that want you before your frontal lobe develops, before you know your standards, before you know your worth, before you know what you will or will not accept. I was a completely different person at 18. I did not know myself. I did not know what I wanted. I did not have boundaries, nor I had enough life experiences to know what a good partner even looks like. And the version of me right now at 26, the standards are higher, the boundaries are more clearer, and I will not apologize for that. Because here's the thing. People hear not being marriage hungry and immediately they assume, oh, she doesn't want to get married. She's anti men. She's against the sunnah. No, because not being marriage hungry means that marriage is not the center of your entire existence. It means you are your own person first. Allah created you alone. You did not come into this world attached to a man. You have your own soul. You have your own purpose. You have your own journey. Marriage is a part of your life. It's not your entire life. And here's the thing that bothers me a lot. Sometimes, I would say, a lot of the people, they don't have basic life skills. Okay. They don't have hobbies. They don't have careers. They have no sense of who they are as a person, but they are constantly obsessively thinking about getting married. Don't you think you should work on yourself first? Please. I think you should, because the best thing you can bring into a marriage is a whole person, not someone who needs marriage to feel complete. Someone who is already living, someone who is already becoming, someone who is already doing things. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Which brings me to a very important point, which can we please talk about for a second here? Marriage is not an accomplishment. It is not a trophy you show off to prove your worth. Everyone keeps talking about the honeymoon phase, the love, the wedding. We love that, okay? But nobody talks about what comes after. Nobody talks about how big of a responsibility it actually is to share your life with another human being, to show up for them on their worst days, to choose them when choosing them is hard, and to build something together when life gets complicated. Marriage is partnership, real partnership. And real partnership requires two people who have done the work on themselves first. So when I say I'm not marriage hungry, I'm basically saying that I'm not willing to rush into something this serious just because the society, the culture, or social media tells me I should have done it already. I do want to get married one day. Inshallah, I want that. I want a partner, someone that I can share the good and bad with, someone who feels comfortable enough and trusts me enough to be vulnerable with me, someone that I can sit with in silence and feel completely at ease, someone who shows up, not just someone who's there, vice versa. Because there's a big difference between a man being present and a man who actually shows up. And I feel like a lot of the women settle for presence when what they actually deserve is effort. And honestly, after everything that I have seen, after all the comments I see from men that feel threatened towards a woman just because she's building her own life, after seeing marriages fall apart because one person gave everything and the other person gave nothing, I feel like it's going to take one hell of a man to bring out the lovey-dovey girl inside me. And I pray Allah does not test me with that, because I am not saying it as I'm difficult. I'm saying it because I know my worth. And I am not willing to accept any less than that just because someone thinks I'm running out of time. I am not running out of time. I'm running towards my life. I already know what the comments are going to say. a woman's job is to have children, she is going to regret this, or that this is why women should not have options. And to every man, and yes, some women too, that show up to say things like these in my comments, just because I have a womb does not mean my entire purpose is to birth children. Raising children is one of the most important responsibilities that exist, in my opinion, because it requires intention, resources, emotional maturity, and genuine readiness. It is not something you rush into just because society has a timeline for you. And to the men who feel threatened by what I am saying, honestly, if this does not apply to you, you would not have felt threatened in the first place, because a man does not feel threatened by a woman knowing her worth. And to the women watching this that feel seen, you're not too much. You're not too aware. You're not too independent, because the right person will not feel intimidated by who you are. He will be grateful for it. Honestly, me as a person, like me being Manal, I want to live my life in a way where I am going somewhere like nature or just outside, and I'm saying Allah's name, everything surrounding me becomes a witness for me on the day of judgment. I want to be able to pray in every city or country that I visit, just so this the ground that I stand on becomes my witness on the day of judgment. From my content, a lot of people already know, but I want adventure. I want good food. I want to experience new cultures. I want to like have deep, good friendships, and I want a work that like means something. I want a life so full that when marriage comes, and inshallah it will, it adds to everything that I have built, not replaces it. That is what I mean by not being marriage hungry. Because I am not waiting for my life to begin. It already has. Marriage is beautiful. Love is beautiful. Partnership is beautiful. But so is knowing yourself. So is building something. So is waking up every day and choosing your life intentionally. You can want both. You are allowed to want both. If this video spoke to you, then please share it. Because I have a feeling there's a woman out there that needs to hear that she is not behind. She is not too much, and that she's exactly where she needs to be. Subscribe to the channel and drop a comment below on where do you stand on everything that I spoke about in this video, because I would love to hear from you. And I will see you in the next video, because we are just getting started on these conversations. Assalamu alaikum. Take care.